So I've been watching this guy named Boogie 2988 for roughly about a year now. Um, he's inspired me in many ways. Uh, some you might not even think of really, but I know he's partnered with YouTube and he makes money from it and he does his videos. I'm glad for him. The guy's probably turned his life around more than anybody I've known in the past year. Uh, he's inspired me simply because he came from not nothing. He came from a poor family, or the way he says it, poor. He says his father had money, coal miner, but he didn't see any of that money, and that's sad to hear. But I mean that's life. I don't know exactly where. I think he's from like West Virginia or something. Uh, I don't know if he lives there now or anything, but I'm from a place similarly close. My mother's father, my grandfather, was a coal miner himself, so they came from a relatively poor family, especially with 10 kids. He inspires me because the guy takes anything you throw at him, he rages out, which, it's understandable. But, everybody calls him fat and all that, but hey, the guy's losing weight and he's making positive with his life, and that's what really inspires me because I see people around me, and I don't always have the best people around me per se, and they're just so negative with life, and it upsets me. And then I could sit here on the internet and watch this guy named Boogie uh, turn his life around and make positive changes, have a positive attitude, and gets to do what he loves to do. He makes his videos. He gets to play his video games. He gets to play Magic and any other little thing that he does. Uh, he gets to make these fun videos too. Like I got to watch like the Francis dating one. Uh, got one he smashed I don't know how many Xboxes in the past year that I've noticed. And hell, I wish I had the money to do that, but hey, I don't. I gotta take care of what stuff I do have. I know you see some things behind me uh, that he personally doesn't have in his life, as far as I know of. Like you see, like think over here, yeah, yeah, children stuff, yeah. Just had a newborn child, and he's inspiring me to want to do more with my life. I'm not currently working right now. Yeah, I know. Just had a child and I'm not working. I was working, but I just recently noticed that something was wrong, and it was probably about 2 months before I had my child, or my girlfriend had the child. And so, I'm a veteran, so I went to my local VA and got help, and went to the Rapid Mental Health, and I want to be more positive with my life. And anyway, they did some tests on me, and they said I'm bipolar or manic depressive. So they put me on these little medications, and they do help, believe it or not. But as of right now, I'm not working, and I need money. Uh, Sad as that is, I was working when my child was born, but the stress of the job alone, it just overwhelmed me. It was consuming me, and I knew that if I would have went down that path, it'd probably been bad for my relationship with my girlfriend, and wouldn't have been a great environment to raise my child in, let alone the two that she's already has from previous relationships. So how do I make money in a world where I can't do anything? My manic depressive will kick in, and it stresses me out to the point to where I just want to flip out and beat somebody up. I mean, like, what do you do? Uh, Being in the military, I was used to people bossing me around, but they had the authority to do that. They had earned the authority to do it. I come back to the civilian world, it ain't like that. I always have this piece of shit boss, and thinks he's 10 times better than me, what, because he went to college maybe? Half of them didn't even go to college. Anyway, most of them, working at fast food or someplace like just like me. But I was a 92 golf in the military, food service specialist. So when I come and work for a restaurant or fast food place, don't put me at the bottom of the totem pole. I have a lot of experience. I have over 10 years of experience in restaurant industry or food industry, should I say. So don't put me at the bottom of the totem pole. I think with the 3 years of active duty that I did for the Army as a cook, that right there should have some weight to it, if you just fired a manager and then you get the application from me and you're like, hey, this guy has a lot of experience, he's been in the military for this job and blah blah, let's try him out as manager. If not, I'll demote him on down. But no, they won't do that. I worked at a place a lot of you all probably know, Little Caesars, and that's the situation that happened. Needless to say that I was older than my manager, and I was out of the Army, and I'm like, how the hell is this even possible? And it's because it's not always what you know, it's who you know. And this guy just so happened to know the GMs and people who own the stores and whatnot like that. So he was at an advantage that I didn't have. I'd moved away, moved back to my hometown, and I lost more than friends. I lost connections, and that hurt too. But back to what this video is about. It's about inspiring, and Boogie inspires me to want to do more with YouTube. I found a guy also, Jay's 2 cents. I was looking for him. Anyway, he inspires me as well, and I found him through Boogie. So those are some of the people that inspire me on YouTube. In real life, IRL, there isn't a whole lot of people who inspire me. There's no inspirational people around me, and I look for outlets online. I've always been online. I play video games online. I make videos online now. I've done it before, but I've retired that account and decided to start fresh. But I have no one in my personal life that I actually look up to and look for inspiration, because the people around me are more negative than anybody I've ever seen. It's ridiculous, actually, to have such negative people in your life, and as they call them in the psychological world, Debbie Downers, and I don't want them to bring me down with them, so I don't interact with them so much. I know that being online, you're going to get the negative comments and negative and positive feedback, but that's understandable. I mean, I'm putting it out there for the huge audience of millions of viewers to see. They're going to make judgmental comments, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. Look at Boogie, he struggles with weight. People make comment about his weight all the time, but you don't see him making a rant every time somebody says something about his weight. Something that sets me apart from Boogie and even the Jay's 2 cents dude. Boogie is bigger than Jay, but Jay's still 298 right now. That's still a pretty decent size. Me, I'm a scrawny little kid, if you just look, I'm not your typical Boogie, I'm a little guy. Got tattoos all over the place. I don't think any of them really have any, that as far as I know of, but they still inspire me, and that doesn't, take away from what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is inspiration. It can come from anywhere, and you don't necessarily know where it's going to come from, but when it does, it's pretty good feeling. Like somebody inspires you to do something with your life, and somebody inspires you to want to do more, which I haven't had that feeling in a long time. Now you think, me having a child, I should be inspired to do more with my life, which I was, but at this point, when my child was first born, I was majorly depressed. Me and my girlfriend hadn't gotten into arguments for a long time. Roughly the first 2 years we dated, we didn't argue, and then baby was almost here and we started getting into arguments. I noticed something was different, but I didn't know exactly what it was. It's because my manic depression was really kicking in. Now that I've got that more under control, I'm more focused. I've stopped doing things that I normally had done for my entire life. So I'm changing, trying to be a better person. What I want to know though, YouTube, is who inspires you? And it doesn't have to be someone close by. It could be someone like me on the internet. Someone on YouTube. It could be a world leader or somebody like the Dalai Lama. You never know. But that's what I want to know, YouTube. Who inspires you?